in Lawrenceville. This is my 1973 Mazda RX-3 Wagon.
So what have we got here? We're in a 1978, is it?
1973.
73.
American Arizonan left-hand hook and fully bridgeported. So it was imported about 5 years ago, and guy out in South Auckland imported it from the States. I've got all the original paperwork in here. I've even got the map and the location it came from.
Oh wow!
So the history is pretty cool when you get these old school rotaries, and especially the ones with all the original history.
Yeah.
And I actually still have the original 12A that it came with.
Yes.
So it's actually in the garage now. But this was bridgeported up by a guy in West Auckland, sorry.
Yep. Oh, so good.
I'm learning more and more about being okay with revving it. Like, just letting that. I've never had these sort of cars before, so same as you.
Yeah, it's all learned.
It's all learning, and you always get nervous to take them up so high.
Yeah.
And that's what all these boys are telling me to do, just more and more high revs.
Yeah.
Driving it, not ruthless, but just driving a little bit more.
Well, they made the spin, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, like a two-stroke engine. It's just like...
Yeah. As long as they've got enough fuel and enough air, they'll just keep spinning. It's so funny being on this side.
Have you never done a left-hand before?
No, not in years. Like, as I said, the Tesla was weird anyway. And then a 65 Mustang. That's there.
It's normal way, 1 to 5.
Oh man, my brain is doing like backflips.
Especially with probably, the way that your brain probably works as well. Funny to see that you go this way quite a lot now.
Yeah.
That's just how I started when I first picked up that white RX-7. I touched the curb on the side on my way home from Cambridge, so I did the same thing as you. You're all good?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. It's just my brain's doing
It'll take me a couple of
backflips.
minutes to get this up, so just, go for a drive.
I'll just go down and back and down and back. Left-hand drive, man. RX3 Wagon.
RX3 Wagon.
Can I be honest? I thought the left-hand drive would really, really do me in.
Yeah.
But after, I think about 4 gear changes, I almost forgot it was left hook.
Yeah.
But then I went to do a 3-point turn and I reached for the door handle to put it into first.
It's definitely a bit of a mind over matter thing. This is number 3 now in left hook, and my first one, I touched the curb on the right hand side as I came out of Cambridge one day, and it was a bit scary. So yeah, it is definitely just in the seat, behind the wheel, practice.
Yeah.
But I find the left hands, I've never driven a right, so I don't know the difference right now.
Sure.
Obviously right hand side cars all the time, but just in terms of these old ones, I've never driven a right side. So yeah, nobody's let me one yet, but no, I'm loving the wagon. I probably wouldn't have gone for it initially, like all of us, the coupes of the hierarchy.
Oh, see, I'm the other way. I'm obviously a weirdo. That over a coupe all day.
Wow.
That is just absolute porn to me.
Wow.
That is just schmicko.
Yeah. And it's definitely growing on me, especially the red, the wagon.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have gone red either, but red wagon looks absolutely bellissimo.
It does,
Yeah.
And like I say, if you had the choice of colours, there's definitely a million other colours that I would probably go for.
Yep.
But that's all the ridgy-dig, and like you say, the Pantera's showing through in some spots, but you wouldn't even know for a, what's that? 45-year-old car now. No, even older than that.
No, it's older than that.
Older than that.
I'm 45. So I'm 81. What is it?
It's 73.
There you go. So it's 53.
Yeah, it's a lot of years of sunshine and paint from Arizona as well. So.
Yes. So the car came from Arizona. You are the third owner in New Zealand.
I retrospectively am the third owner on paper here. Yep.
Awesome.
So I got imported by whoever up in Auckland, and then I bought it from a lovely plumber out in West Auckland, where I used to originate from. And he did all the conversion. And
taking it from 12A to 13B?
Yeah, sorry, from 12A to 12A Bridgeported. So that just came out with a standard engine into New Zealand, and then he Bridgeported it.
Right, and you bought it Bridgeported?
I bought it Bridgeported in February this year, actually on my 40th birthday. So theoretically, it's a birthday present to myself.
Excellent.
As my wife
and it's
would
now
say.
13B, right?
Yeah,
I was going to say, that didn't feel like a 12A.
So yeah, in terms of what it's got under the hood, it's still very new in terms of reading up on the information that it was done to it. And where I plan to take it, I'll probably just put some coilovers in the front and maybe a bit lower by cushioning those rear leaves and firming it up. And then because of the RX-7 that I used to own, I would love to put some disc brakes in it, just without having to pump the brakes all the time. And then, like I said, there's a few things that are just tidy up, but I don't think I'll ever paint it. I think I'll just preserve it.
I don't think I would either.
Carpets probably will be a job to do. There's just a bit of a ugly carpet in the front there, but no, other than that, just preserve what it's come with.
Man, I genuinely really like it. I had a lot more fun in it than I thought I would.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the New Zealand ones, which are very hard to come by in terms of what's on the market. And when you look at a left-hand drive for a few centimeters across, it's the originality of it is pretty epic.
And that was the thing that I noticed at RE this year at Rotary Reunion, that the left hooks are starting. They're not uncommon now.
No,
there's
cool.
like 2 years ago there'd be 3.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure there was 20 odd there.
Wow.
Like, out of 400 cars, they're starting to get up there, you know?
Yeah.
And like you said, there's the value in it. It's still, I had the same feeling. I felt like I was driving a Rotary. I felt like I was driving an RX3. The looks
still
you get, the style, the sounds, the body, it's, oh man.
It's literally just moved to the left.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. But that's interesting that you say that about Rotary Reunion. And I've seen a few over in Tauranga now.
Yes.
Where I bought my RX3 coupe from.
Yes.
And there I've seen a few more left-handies coming in now as well. So
it's cool, eh?
The RX-7's around, a lot of lefties.
Yeah, I think Rotary scene in New Zealand is very strong at the moment.
And it's going to get bigger and explode.
It is.
Especially if these lefties are becoming more affordable for these people who want them. Like I've got a 16-year-old nephew who wants one.
Yeah.
And you know,
I know an RX-7 for sale.
Exactly. Like he actually wants an RX-7.
Yep.
And I might sell it to him.
Yeah, what payment plan can you work out with the
exactly.
teenager?
He's going to sell his dude bike for a day. So that's kind of where he's at.
Yeah,
and,
cool.
and good on him, you
Yeah.
know, like, because they did go to a skyrocketing, price that just unobtainable for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was sad.
Well, it's like that with all of them, right?
Yeah.
All the 70s cars are unobtainium. The 80s cars are slowly sneaking through. The 90s cars, America just got hold of and they've gone to the moon. It's hard work, man.
It's really
a
hard
hard
work,
game.
eh?
Yep. Good if you've got one already, except that the parts have gone up with them. You
That's
know,
the other. I haven't had to deal with that yet.
Yeah.
Touch wood, but there are a few parts that, and that's why I bought the RX-7 was to do a part swap because you know they are expensive, and we found that the conversion from the RX-7 was just bolt in, bolt out, so it made it simple, made it cheaper.
Cool.
And again, why wouldn't you? So yeah, I'll keep this one original, and then I'll have the coupe a little bit more like what Tim Wood does. He obviously has one original and then one a bit more specced up and designed for day-to-day fun as we see them on the road.
Cool,
but
man.
no, it's definitely a labour of love and an addiction. Going back a year ago now when I first got that white 6.7 off Aaron, the addiction didn't really kick in straight away. Like had a few butterflies in my tummy if I made the right decision. Did I spend too much money in it? Will I get my money back? All that sort of stuff goes into my brain. And then, you know, it definitely fuels your love of them. And having a car like this is probably a lifelong car now. And just to
you could never sell it.
I don't think you could sell it, Gator.
You couldn't sell it.
Because you could replace it with another import, but why would you? You know, money, time.
RX-3 Wagon is pretty peak for me.
Pretty peak. Yeah. And that's exactly it. Hey, it's pretty peak. Just looking at it now with all the silver and the chrome.
That's what I mean. Like,
there's not much that you could do.
Like we've been sitting here talking and we agreed we were going to talk to each other. We've both spent the whole time sitting
Just
here talking to the
car.
car. So I probably should have done that. And done that for the interview the whole time.
Does that go all around us?
Yeah, it's 360.
Oh, wow. So it's pretty epic in terms of, But there's not a lot that I would do differently from what Jared's already done. So
Cool, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And
that was
really
so cool.
Appreciate the love and meeting you guys. And obviously if we can help out the cause a little bit with some health, and I'm all for helping others out and giving back. That's what I do on a day-to-day living.
Paying forward. It's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, look after others, eh? So.
I'm a huge fan, this won't be in the video, but I'm a huge fan of if you pay it forward constantly, it comes back.
Yeah.